This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, 2 police officers and a suspect were injured and brought to the hospital after a shooting early Thursday morning in Dexter.
And a warning to our viewers, this story contains graphic video of the shooting that may not be suitable for all audiences.
According to a press release sent out by Dexter Police, Chief Kevin Wintle and Sergeant Gary Morin were dispatched to Spring Street around 2 a.m. for a man acting erratically. They say when officers arrived on scene, they spoke with 34-year-old Christopher Hongo, who was reportedly yelling and acting aggressively. The release says officers attempted to take Hongo into custody, but he resisted and allegedly assaulted both officers. Video taken from the night of the shooting shows officers tasing Hongo before he pushes them both down a rock wall. Dexter Police say Sergeant Morin shot Hongo. All 3 men were taken from the scene and treated for their injuries. The owner of the property where Hongo was shot, Nixon Rios, says he has known Hongo for some time now. He says Hongo was never a tenant, but he was regularly around and usually in good spirits. But over the past month, a notable change has occurred in Hongo's behavior.
Out of nowhere, he was, or even his girlfriend, like I say, she was afraid of him.
According to Rios, Hongo had become aggressive and argumentative to the tenants. It was at that time Rios said he had told Hongo he was no longer welcomed at the property.
That's when I make my mind, look, he's got to go, because if his girlfriend is saying that she's don't feel safe and she's staying with another relatives because of it, I can't have him.
Rios says he attempted to file a complaint against Hongo with Dexter Police Wednesday, but was unable to find anyone to help him. Hongo is currently being treated at Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor. Both officers have been discharged from the hospital and placed on administrative leave. The Attorney General's office is investigating the situation and the officers' use of deadly force. In Dexter, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A Connecticut fugitive wanted for manslaughter has been captured in Bangor. According to the U.S. Marshals Service, 41-year-old Walter Lawson of Bridgeport, Connecticut, was apprehended at a Bangor hotel. The U.S. Marshals Service Maine Violent Offender Task Force says that their Maine and Connecticut branches worked together on the arrest. Lawson is reportedly being charged as a fugitive from justice and will be arraigned here in Maine pending extradition to Connecticut.
The commission investigating the Lewiston mass shooting got the chance to learn more about the complicated health system of the Army Reserve. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard has that story.
We have commanders, if you will, that may not be familiar with healthcare.
Colonel Mark Ochoa serves in the Army Reserve Psychological Health Program, a service to help link soldiers, commanders, and healthcare providers in order to facilitate behavioral health services for soldiers. Colonel Ochoa spoke with the commission investigating the Lewiston mass shooting. He was not authorized to talk about specifics related to Robert Card, the reserve soldier who committed the tragedy. Instead, he offered his expertise in navigating the complex health system of the Army Reserves.
Unfortunately, many of our reserves brothers and sisters don't have medical insurance, and so that's really what PHP does, is help link those up with those resources so that we can take care of folks.
Another difference between active duty and the reserves, Colonel Ochoa explained, is the fact that active duty commanders have authority over their soldiers 24/7, where reserve commanders only have authority during times of duty.
Then command directed, yeah, there's not that authority as there is in Compo 1.
Colonel Ochoa was asked if there was still a stigma associated with asking for help for mental health in the military.
Is that a concern that might inhibit commanders or reservists from reaching out?
Of course, the answer is yes.
The commission is expected to release their final report sometime this summer. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Maine Center for Disease Control and Prevention has confirmed the first fatal case of Powassan virus infection in Maine this year. They say that death occurred in York County. The York case was among 3 cases of Powassan virus reported in Maine residents so far this year. The other 2 were in Kennebec and Lincoln counties. Cases of Powassan are rare in the U.S., with only 20 to 50 cases per year across the country between 2018 and 2023. Now, people get get Powassan through the bite of an infected deer or woodchuck tick. Symptoms can include fever, vomiting, headache, weakness, and seizures. Many people who are infected with Powassan, though, do not get sick or have any symptoms.
The Bangor Police Department recently reintroduced its downtown walking beat after years without an officer patrolling the area on foot. Our Grace Blanchard caught up with the officer who's taken on the role to see how the community is responding.
If you've walked around downtown Bangor in the past few weeks, you likely have seen Officer Keith Larby, who has taken over the downtown walking beat.
You'll see me on foot walking around, checking in with businesses, talking to folks that are down here, and just trying to do my best to keep the downtown area safe and a fun and friendly place for people to come and patronize businesses and enjoy the area.
He says there is a great need to have a more personal police presence along the streets for businesses and community members.
It's not like it's some big secret that we have some issues down here. We've got some folks experiencing homelessness, some people experiencing issues with drug addiction and mental health and things like that.
The program has been suspended for several years now due to staffing issues, but Officer Larby says since taking on the role, he has already received positive feedback from the community.
The reaction to me being down here has been overwhelmingly positive. Everybody, the business owners, the employees, and the people who have seen me around here, it's been truly an unbelievable welcoming to me.
Many businesses say they feel more safe having an officer on the streets.
It's nice just to have a presence downtown. I think it does help people feel a little safer when they're walking on the streets, and it's also just nice to have a friendly face in downtown.
Officer Larby says he will be on the patrol all year round and encourages anyone to approach him if they see him around.
It's been a really wonderful experience, and it hasn't slowed down one bit. I think it's going to continue, and I'm really looking forward to being down here.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Good day for it. He's out there, and the weather at least cooperated with his, his first day back out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And to hear that he'll be out there year round,
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he won't be dealing with every day being nearly as nice as it was today.
No, I'm sure he's got a few, police sweaters in his
Right.
arsenal there because,
I'm
oh
sure.
my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in the meantime, though, let's get a first check of our forecast and see what the rest of today is looking like.
All right, Beth and Peter, thank you. Your first weather is brought to you by Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, providing relief to people who are experiencing issues of pain, dizziness, or balance. Physical spelled differently because they are different. Let's talk weather and temperatures today. Hanging out back in the 70s, 77 here in Bangor, also Millinocket, 74, a bit cooler Bar Harbor, a bit of a sea breeze today, but overall a very nice temperature day today and likely tomorrow as well. All right, so we're clouding over, or beginning to cloud over now. There is a system to the west of us that is moving our direction. This will be over here tomorrow with a chance for showers and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon into early parts of Saturday morning. It will not be an all-day rain. Our forecast for tonight, though, is clouding over. No rain tonight with muggy low temperatures down near 60. Your full forecast coming up. Beth and Peter?
All right, so not cooling down too much for us.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Well, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, since the January storm, Southwest Harbor's Seawall Road has been closed to traffic, which is causing some frustration. Our Doug Banks will have more.
And a group of Maine veterans and a Belfast funeral director worked together to give a fallen veteran a proper burial. We'll have those stories and more when we come right back.
SNAP-Ed is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program education. The nutrition programming is provided by nutrition educators who really understand their communities.
This work requires partnerships because it's about supporting the community.
The things that we teach people, I know it makes a huge impact. What we do is not just good for people who receive SNAP benefits, but for the whole community.
Let Hellman's Bakery put a smile on your face with their tasty offerings of breads, baked beans, lasagna, touche and turkey pies, fruit and cream pies, wedding and specialty cakes, pastries, and more. Hillman's, your hometown bakery, Fairfield.
Taylor Events and Equipment Rental in Bangor for all your wedding and events, tents, tables, chairs, and more. Also see us for your home project equipment rentals. Taylor Events and Equipment Rental, 1179 Hammond Street in Bangor. On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Glenburn, is sponsored by Knowlton Automotive. Discover top-notch repairs and quality used cars. Reliable service, affordable prices. Visit us today. Rose Bike Shop is Orono's premier full-service bike shop. Sales and service for all riders. And top-notch detailing in Herman. Give us a call today to schedule your appointment. 232-2933.
Embrace the journey, where each moment turns into a cherished memory. Ensuring life's journey and experiences along the way. AAA, we're always with you.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. A quiet yet iconic portion of Seawall Road in Southwest Harbor has been closed to commuters since the January storms, causing some frustration among those who live and work in that area. Our Doug Banks takes us to Southwest Harbor.
When the January storms devastated Maine's coastline, this half-mile stretch of Seawall Road in Southwest Harbor became impassable.
We're shocked that it's even gotten to this point, that we're in mid-June and this stretch of land is not open.
The road runs through Acadia National Park property, and while the park has repaired its campground and picnic area, restoration to the road is Maine DOT's responsibility. According to MDOT's Director of Communications, the department is considering three possibilities: letting the sea reclaim the road and keeping the detour that's currently in place, restoring the road to what it was before the storms, and rebuilding it differently so it's more resilient.
All those things come with a cost. And there's no guarantee that another big storm won't do more damage.
The detour travels through Tremont and down Harbor Drive, diverting the island hopper and other commuters from Seawall Road.
There are businesses here that are open, and folks aren't realizing that this stretch of land is actually, you can get so far.
Those who venture to the end have now started parking or turning around at the Seawall Motel.
Then the issue is for the people that really can't walk. They are then really cut off from it.
The closure prompted Gill to create an online petition to reopen the road. So far, it has gathered around 800 signatures. Emergency situations is one of her main concerns, with one example being a semi-truck who blocked Seawall Road for several hours this spring.
Grateful that nobody needed in this stretch to go to the hospital or needed some kind of an emergency service, because it just would not have been possible.
Although this piece of roadway is only a half a mile long, Merrill says multiple factors have contributed into why it's remained in its current state.
There are a lot of players in this discussion. There's a lot of things to consider. There's a lot of investments that hang in the balance. You know, rebuilding the road to just what it was. It's a short road relatively, but we're talking $1 million+ plus.
On the 27th, Maine DOT will host a public meeting at the Pematic Elementary School to discuss their options for the storm-damaged portion of Seawall Road. In Southwest Harbor, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Maine's veteran community is stepping up to remember a veteran whose remains were officially deemed abandoned. But thanks to their efforts, he is not forgotten. Our Callie Warren has the story.
Typically, when a person's remains pass through the glass doors of the Rapasta Funeral Home in Belfast, their family members plan for their memorial service and final resting place. Unfortunately, this was not the case for 84-year-old Jerry Brooks, whose body has been in the care of the funeral home since May 18th, abandoned.
So no one wants to be left at the funeral home at the end of their life.
Funeral director Catherine Rapasta has worked hard to ensure Mr. Brooks has a peaceful resting place.
So in this instance with Mr. Brooks, we were making efforts to find out his veteran status, and we were able to find out that he was a U.S. Marine Corps veteran, and that he does have eligibility to be buried at Maine Veterans Cemetery.
Members of the Belfast VFW, along with multiple other community members, are planning to attend Brooks's burial service in Augusta.
We will be doing a full service. We'll be doing a flag folding, 21-gun salute and taps. It is very emotional.
Putting his body to rest and keeping his memory alive.
But we are all family. All of us service members of family. We're all brothers in arms. So it's an honor for us to be able to do this and help support the funeral home and take care of our brothers.
Brooks's service takes place on Thursday, June 20th, and members of the public are welcome to come pay their respects.
Said that a serviceman dies twice. Once when he takes his final breath, and once when you forget his name. And we would like to go and remember all of our names, for all of us have signed that blank check to serve our country.
In Belfast, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, the training ship State of Maine has now reached the midway point in their voyage. Our David Ledford reached out to see how the crew is faring.
And in sports, Nokomis softball are regional champions once again. How they can turn this run into their first ever gold glove. That story coming right up.
So we've lived in this house coming up 23 years. We just bought the tractor, and I haven't any idea how we survived without it.
We're trying to rebuild the rock wall on this new property. She says, pick that rock up and put it here. No, it'll look better if you turn it this way. No, we're gonna need to move it over there 5 feet.
I would come to him and say, can you do this for me? And he'd kind of, do the, ugh. But now he has a tractor, he's much more motivated.
Experience United, your local John Deere dealer.
Players have been winning with the Maine Lottery for 50 years now, and over time, winning has looked a lot different.
Out of sight! I won! No way! Totally won! Booyah! I'm a winner.
And now, with our new 50th anniversary tickets, you could win up to $100,000 in 2024.
I won! This is lit!
Celebrate 50 years of the Maine Lottery. Get your tickets today.
Ready to create your backyard oasis? Alexander's Professional Landscaping will work with you to create your perfect outdoor space. Work one-on-one with our landscape designer to create a unique garden to fit your family's personal aesthetics and lifestyle. Have our pros install your new lawn, deck, or patio. Schedule a consultation today by calling 573-4497. Alexander's Professional Landscaping, the way landscaping should be.
Welcome to the Orono Arcade, your local, affordable destination. We want to provide you with the best experience we can without costing a small fortune. Our ever-popular 9-hole blacklight mini golf course is a huge attraction. Plus, we have the best arcade video games to choose from, including both modern and retro games. The Orono Arcade is an ideal birthday party destination. You bring the cake, we'll provide the entertainment. Call us today to schedule your birthday party event.
We know your life is busy. You have a lot to do. And like you, the news doesn't stop. So when you are ready for us, we'll be ready for you. WVII.com.
After a roller coaster of a Game 3, the Boston Celtics are just one win away from raising Banner 18. Welcome back in, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. What a time to be alive. For the first time since Larry Bird, the Celtics have a 3-0 lead in the NBA Finals. The C's can clinch their 18th NBA championship in franchise history, the most in NBA history, tomorrow night in Dallas in Game 4, tip-off at 8:30 p.m. on ABC. The C's fell behind early yesterday, but broke open a 20-point lead before a huge late run by the Mavericks brought the game within single digits. But thanks to the depth of the team and some great clutch play from Jaylen Brown, the C's able to win 106-99. Brown had 30 points on the night, and earlier he said last year's loss to the Miami Heat has motivated him this postseason.
The team was relying on me. I mean, JT got hurt in Game 7, and I dropped the ball, so you know, to me it was embarrassing, and it drove me all summer. It drove me crazy.
Love hearing that. Let's move on now. It is time for another state championship preview. Nokomis softball. They are back-to-back B-North champs. They feel the adversity they faced this year could bring them their first gold glove. Ryan Sudol has more.
We have just like the best team mentality going into Saturday, and we're really, really excited to show what we can do.
For the second year in a row and in their history, Nokomis softball is heading to states as regional champions.
Being here with, all my friends, and they're like my family, so I'm super excited to have that opportunity again.
To win it 2 years in a row is really tough in this league. It really is. It is
something really special.
Before their 14-game win streak, the Warriors were just 3-2, but they quickly realized the changes they needed to make, switching the underclassmen to the outfield and focusing on veterans in the infield.
Our young girls learned how to track fly balls like nobody's business. Our upperclassmen took a new position and ran with it. It really goes to show that we're here for each other. We're not here for personal gain.
Who didn't need changing was Mia Coots. We could talk about the all-star pitcher's mechanics and insane numbers all day, but just as big to her years-long success is her confidence.
Nobody's going to stop her, and that's her mentality, and I love to see it because it's super intimidating from the other side.
If I go out there and I know that I'm better than the batter I'm facing, then my girls have no fear. I don't care what their stats are.
Now the Warriors prepare for South champs York in a rematch of last year's Class B title game, which they lost, their first loss of that season. With that and this year's losses, they now know how to lose.
That loss allows them to feel the little bit of want. Going undefeated is kind of dangerous because you don't know what it feels like to get behind. And now we've been behind in games. These type of situations have only helped the team.
And handling that adversity could lead to the ultimate reward, the team's first ever Gold Glove.
I would love to do that my last year here at Nokomis, last sport ever. It would be really amazing.
I bleed burgundy through and through, and so it would really mean everything to bring something back to my community.
In Newport, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Burgundy, interesting. I always thought it was maroon. That's all the time we have for sports. Here's Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast. Jeff?
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by Refine, your local expert in window installation, door installation as well, carpentry repairs, and commercial facilities management. Give them a call today. Rise with Refine. Let's talk weather, and we are talking about temperatures back where they're supposed to be in the mid to upper 70s across our area today. We'll likely do the same thing for us tomorrow, and there are some 80s in the 5-day forecast. All right, so we're building a ton of heat, kind of premature here too. It's not even quite summer yet, right? But 90s and 100s to the west of us, causing all sorts of issues there, but this is sliding our direction, so we do have warmer temperatures on the way. In fact, the long-range temperature trend now for pretty much late June into early July shows well above average temperatures are on the way. That could firmly plant us at least upper 70s, if not some 80s out there as well as we head through the middle portions and later portions of June. All right, so today the wind kind of all over the place, right? A sea breeze in there, then out of the north for a bit. Overall, we'll have the wind kind of pick up tonight and throughout the day tomorrow, and that'll likely give us a small craft advisory as well, as we could see some wind gusts tomorrow near 25 miles per hour, kind of toward the west-northwest or so. So here is that small craft advisory for wave heights approaching probably 8 to 10 feet just offshore through about midday-ish tomorrow afternoon. All right, so there are some thunderstorms on the way. It's not going to be an all-day rain tomorrow or Saturday, but just know you'll be dodging some raindrops out there. I wouldn't cancel any plans, but you know this, right? If you get under one of these storms tomorrow or later on Saturday morning, a quick downpour cannot be ruled out. All right, going forward though, so lots of clear skies out there for us today, followed by some increasing clouds out there now. And then you see it right over here to the west of us. That is moving our direction. We'll likely get some thunder showers in here around daybreak tomorrow morning, and then kind of off and on throughout the day tomorrow. Again, not an all-day rain, likely ending early parts of Saturday. And by the way, the heaviest rainfall could fall on Saturday morning. Here's tomorrow, about 3 o'clock or so, some showers and a couple storms in the area. And then another low is going to form in here later on Saturday morning, and that could bring some locally heavy rainfall. Here's 4 a.m. on Saturday morning, right in down east and coastal areas on Saturday into Saturday morning. Okay, going forward though, rainfall looks like this. So overall, probably an inch of rain or close to it along the coastal areas midday today through about early parts of Saturday morning. Lesser amounts as you go back off to the west. So overall, it'll be a quick event, and then Sunday, Father's Day, looks much better around here. Our forecast time for tonight, though, is lots of clouds out there. Some dense fog is likely. Look for low temperatures down near 60 with a south wind around 10 to 15. For tomorrow, okay, scattered showers, a couple thunderstorms in there. Again, lots of long breaks in there as well with high temperatures up near 77. A couple of us could touch 80 tomorrow. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows tomorrow, storms in the area, and then a chance for rain early parts of Saturday. Here's Father's Day. Sunny 75, perfect, right? Monday, same story for maybe some more rain showers and much warmer temperatures later on Tuesday.
Alrighty, Jeff, thank you.
Yep, so you couldn't ask for a better Father's Day forecast.
Indeed.
All right, we'll have more coming up after the break. Stay with us.
We're 8 miles from the easternmost point in the whole United States. First Bell moved here in 1765. Our family's been farming here ever since. Reliable power is essential on the farm. You know, you don't think about the power much until it goes out, and then you realize how much you rely on it. We've been very impressed with the ability of Versant to respond, get the power back on. Versant Power is kind of the silent partner keeping the farm running.
When it comes to the whole home heat pump rebates from Efficiency Maine, there's money on the table for everyone, and the experts at Valley Home Services are here to help you get your share. Even if you received a rebate in the past, you can still take advantage of this program with a new Fujitsu heat pump for your whole house. And no matter your income, there's a rebate for you. Let the folks at Valley Home Services lay out a Fujitsu heat pump plan for you, so you can start saving on heating and cooling for your home. Don't leave money on the table. Call Valley Home Services today and get your rebate instantly.
Adding comfort and beauty to your home for less is as easy as 1, 2, 3 during Renewal by Andersen's Easy 3Z Replacement Window event. The time to act is now, because Renewal by Andersen is making it easy and affordable with huge discounts on our exclusive custom replacement windows and our doors, along with special financing options so affordable you won't want to miss out on this event. And to top it all off, professional installation by our certified master installers is always included. Like we said, Easy 3Z. Call today.
Are your basement walls bowing, crumbling, or failing? Hi, I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basementy. Our Stable Lock Wall System offers a patented, affordable, and permanent solution to save your foundation walls. It stabilizes, fills voids, and structurally repairs, leaving a new smooth surface. All the strength of new walls. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
In May, the training ship State of Maine set sail for what may be its final voyage after nearly 3 decades of service. Now at the midpoint of that journey, our David Ledford checked in with the crew as they make their way around Spain.
Just finished a 4-day port call in Santa Cruz de Tenerife, and now we're on our way to Palma de Mallorca.
Maine Maritime Academy students are now sailing the training ship State of Maine through Spanish waters for its 27th expedition, and they say it's going swimmingly.
It is a great experience. What other schools except for maritime academies get to travel around the world with 200 of your best friends for an entire summer?
On each voyage, both students and teachers say they take away something new. But on a trip like this one, the experience really hits home.
Those little moments where they realize whatever they learned in the classroom finally clicks. It's fantastic. That's why you do a job like this.
You're learning just like the basic skills of like living on a ship, working in an engine room, different technical skills as well, skills and knowledge of how different machineries work, like different machines work.
And those who have watched the students grow over the years say the hands-on experience prepares the next generation of mariners for a life at sea.
The students are future engineers on vessels and in industry. This is a working laboratory, and so being down there amidst the noise and the heat and the running machinery, you can notice when things are happening in real time.
The Academy will receive a new training vessel by early 2025, but Maine Maritime Academy representatives say there's a chance that crews will sail the State of Maine again if the replacement doesn't arrive in time.
It's kind of sad to see it leave, but it's also a good feeling.
If this is the last one, I'm grateful to have been a part of it.
The crew will return home in mid-July. In studio, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And our best wishes for continued smooth sailings on the rest of that training journey.
What an amazing experience.
Yeah.
I mean, every year that they get to go out, but to be part of that group that may be the last on that ship, it's going to be a pretty cool story to tell down the road.
Absolutely, and either way, what an incredible experience to have. Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here at ABC 7 News, take care and have a great rest of your evening.
And join us over on Fox 22 tonight, just after this.
Tonight
Meet President Biden on the world stage. Key takeaways as global leaders discuss Ukraine and the crisis in the Middle East, plus the crucial Supreme Court decisions. More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the most watched newscast on television.
Vehicle running a little rough? Let DNS Auto and Brewer fix you right up. Sales and full service repair shop. Running great now. DNS Auto, 510 Wilson Street in Brewer. Building relationships through quality sales and service.
Hello, this is George Whelan with Down East Direct Cremation. Now, anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, from the comfort of your desktop or the convenience of your mobile device, you can summon transport and arrange a simple, affordable, respectful Down East Direct Cremation for your deceased loved one. Just by using the button exclusively.
You chose not to do that. Can't help you. Thanks. Bye.
Pardon, excuse me. Step out. Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
He told me to trust him, and I did. I trusted him for a year to handle the situation, and he did not.
I feel absolutely terrible.
And now I have over $4,000 worth of debt caused in my name.
Everything I can do on my power to assist the situation, I will do my best.
I have learned to just not help anybody anymore.
Be single.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, 2 police officers and a suspect were injured and brought to the hospital after a shooting early Thursday morning in Dexter.
And a warning to our viewers, the story contains graphic video of that shooting, which may not be suitable for all audiences.
According to a press release sent out by Dexter Police, Chief Kevin Wintle and Sergeant Gary Morin were dispatched to Spring Street around 2 a.m. for a man acting erratically. They say when officers arrived on scene, they spoke with 34-year-old Christopher Hongo, who was reportedly yelling and acting aggressively. The release says officers attempted to take Hongo into custody, but he resisted and allegedly assaulted both officers. Video taken from the night of the shooting shows officers tasing Hongo before he